Good morning, this is Peter from Thanks Network. Today we're going to do the sprint review for sprint 40. It's a little bit delayed, but better late than never. First of all, this is the list of tickets that have been delivered. Sprint was mainly focused on adding features to the discovery platform, which is including the new staking mechanism. Let's see. Oh, there's one tiny change for the Discord bot, which actually escalated into multiple new features which are being delivered in the current sprint 41. Then a bunch of small improvements, which I will describe one by one. So first of all, we noticed that some campaign contracts were actually depleted while they were distributing coin rewards, but nobody really got a notification of this. So now when somebody tries to claim a coin reward for a campaign where the balance of the coin contract is insufficient, the pool owner will receive an email notification to top it up. So it's not 100% fixed yet. We will display some sort of status and a better way to notify in a follow-up. Then we added the oh no, this is something different. Then there was a customer that wanted to see whether or wanted to know whether the campaign web URL could also be opened in a web view of a mobile app. In this particular case, built with Flutter. So we did a tiny proof of concept to see how this would work, and everything actually worked quite well. There's a tiny screencast about it. We'll add it in the description. That actually demonstrates that those campaign pages can also be used in a mobile context. And then another one, which perhaps I can just show in the dashboard. We have had collaboration features for quite a while already. You can add people over here, invite them to your campaign on a certain email address, then they can sign in with whatever method they want and actually participate in the management of this campaign. There was one issue though, when people were creating rewards. Those rewards are linked to a certain coin or NFT, which are separate entities in our system. And these would actually not be visible for people that didn't create them by themselves. I have a lot of dead coins in my project. But now, as soon as you collaborate with each other in a campaign, one person creates a reward with a coin or an NFT from his own collection. This particular coin or NFT will also be visible in the overview of the collaborator, which basically solves the issue also when updating the reward, because now it can actually store the reference to that coin or NFT. Then let's see. Last sprint we added a way to hide your widget while having the widget script actually implemented. But this would also hide it on the dashboard's preview page. So if I now, this is the preview of the widget. If I now, I have nowhere to demonstrate it. Trust me, it should not be visible when this is unchecked. But on the preview page, there's an exception that it will still show, so that you can actually test your features before putting your widget live. Then there was a request from Forest Knight. We had a bunch of auto-generated usernames for accounts that had none the moment we released the username feature. But before I was like, okay, well, those users never saw that. They might find it weird as soon as we implement the Discord activity bot. And then we came up with the idea to actually use their concatenated wallet address instead. Reset the usernames for all accounts that participate in a Forest Knights campaign to an empty string and make the wallet address the fallback for when there is no such username. So this was mainly about, let's see, Where is our quest page? Over here. So it's about these messages. If there is a Discord account connected to the account completing the quest, we will show the Discord username. Then if the user has provided a username in the thanks widget, which you can do over here, this username, then we will show that. But if it's empty, then we will show a concatenated, slightly different formatted wallet address. And that was that. Then the biggest change, which is still kind of pending because it hasn't been released yet, was the migration from our current campaign contracts, the pools, to a safe-based architecture, similar to how our wallets work. There's not that much to show about it, but there is a big pull request open at the moment. I'm not 100% sure which tests are failing. Oh, it's actually an API test. Well, there are some tiny things that need to be patched up here, also because it has been open for quite a while, and we need to keep it up to date with other features that are being delivered. But after those tiny changes, it's ready to be released on staging, hopefully today. And yeah, the moment we release it there and test it successfully, we can actually transition to using the saves in production as well. And then there is one thing that we want to add, but I think we're going to make this a manual job. We need to run migrations. So for all active projects, we can do that manually and one by one with a migration script. And then I think we're just going to put a message somewhere in the dashboard that if you no longer have access to coins or whatever in your pool, which I don't think really will be the case, contact support, and then we have still access to the existing pool contracts, and we can merge balances for those tokens migrate balances for those tokens to the new safe contracts. Then yeah, these were actually all related to the voted escrow system that we're building. Let's see, I think maybe the visualization over here is sufficient to show. So drawing it out a bit, we made some final adjustments to the design. I'll quickly run you through it. And perhaps I can just show the list of tests that are currently being completed successfully. So this is a part where a campaign save receive. Well, let's start at the beginning. So we have the externally owned account of a customer, our customer, who wants to top up his thanks account. For that, he transfers, in this case, 100 USDC or USD if we implement an on-ramper to our fee splitter. This already changed. We're not going to use 0x splits anymore, but something that we something that we implement in the API, and we use a multi-send for actually separate transactions. One of 70 to the campaign save owned by the customer and the relayer, and 30% to the company save, which is seen as a profit for the company. Then the campaign save, user needs to apply this top up, and upon the application, the campaign save will deposit all this USDC into the balancer, the new balancer 8020 pool, which recently also got its couch applied. And therefore you will receive an X amount, I don't exactly know the conversion, but an X amount of balancer pool tokens, which represent the investment that you made, because 80% of this 70 USDC will be swapped for thanks, also building up some price pressure, so that's good. And then the campaign save will actually be a balancer pool investor. Of these BPT that we get in return, 60 will be transferred to the VeTHX reward distributor, we will touch upon that later. This is for protocol rewards to be distributed, functioning as an incentive for network usage. And 10 out of that, I think this ratio can still be worked on. 10 for that will stay in the campaign save, and it will be used as specific incentives for completing quests within this campaign, and transferred on a weekly basis to participants of the campaign to their saves. And then on the other side, we have the campaign saves. Well, this is what we just described. So the campaign saves transfer an X amount of balancer pool tokens to participant saves. And these participant saves have various things that they can do. So they can either, for example, claim their tokens from the reward distributor. Remember that the reward distributor was filled up with this 60 BPT for the 100 USDC top up. And let's say that his share of VE represents a reward of 5 BPT, then this BPT will be transferred back into the participant save, increasing his balance to 15 BPT. The user can then decide to stake it, to lock it. So this 15 BPT will be locked into the VE system, which is good because at that point the user will start collecting rewards, both rewards from our own reward distributor, but also ball rewards from the couch. Yeah, so that's good for the participant. We will build some nice UI where you will also see that balance increase. Then when the user wants to withdraw before the unlock date, the user receives a penalty upon the amount that he wants to withdraw. This penalty is actually, it's not visualized here, but maybe it should. This penalty of a couple of BPT, depending on how soon you want to withdraw it early. But this penalty will then be transferred to the reward distributor, which will in the end also distribute it back to participants trying to claim because they hold VE things. Then last but not least, participants can also function normally, wait for the unlock date, and then afterwards withdraw without the penalty and receive his BPT back. Obviously, the BPT can also be unstaked from the balancer pool and will then give back the amount of thanks and USDC it represents for the user to do with whatever we want. But we would love it if they keep on staking it and keep on earning both the BPT rewards and the ball rewards. So this system finally got its final design. The current state is that, especially for this part, all those flows are implemented in the API, covered with automated tests. So I'm pretty happy about that. And for this part, the migration to campaign saves has been completed, but yet to be released. So that's good, was one component. And I'm currently working on the deposit flow for USDC transfers into the Balancer 8020 pool. And let's see, also on the fee split, which is currently becoming a safe multi-cent. We're leaving the on-ramper out of scope, but that's another component that has to be added at some point. And then, yeah, I expect those components to be finished in sprint 41. And then I think we need sprint 42 to build out this quest incentive distribution, which we will need to manage ourselves, the BPT that need to be distributed to participant saves. So yeah, that's the status. I think with that I covered those withdrawal and deposit tasks and the POC, the design of the VE system. Yeah, that was it for sprint 40. Thanks for watching. Enjoy, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.